Hello and a very warm welcome back to Dovey Plants. It is an exciting day because we're starting to go through and choose and label the first round of plants that are heading off to be sold at a local, well, it's a local community shop called Tamhorai. I've been meaning to do this for a couple of weeks now, but it's been pretty busy. And we've got a labelling machine which Will has been carefully trying to work out how it works, and it's more complicated than it looks. But it's working and it's a lovely thing. So we've got some blank labels, we've got some ready-made labels, and I'm just going to go around and make a nice little selection, maybe like 2 or 3 crates worth of plants, and I thought I'll bring you guys along for that. So first thing is, because this is just kind of the idea of having 2 plants of one, 3 of another, it's a useful way of using up just spare plants that we have. Here are 2 Bocking 14 comfrey plants, so I'm going to label those up, and also a nice globe artichoke. So I've bought those up from the other polytunnel, and I'm just going to write them here, add a price, and add them into the crate. These are a foxglove. It looks absolutely stunning. This is actually oversowing from a personal project for planting, so it's really nice to have all of this excess that we now have an outlet of being able to sell these and help me buy more seeds, which is a bit of a expensive obsession of mine. These plants here are small Verbena bonariensis, which is a truly wonderful plant for attracting butterflies, and it's a super easy to grow perennial. To just cut back each winter and it pops back. Now, most of these we are going to grow on into probably like 2 litre size pots, maybe 3 litre size pots, and sell them as a more developed plant. But these are lovely little seedlings that will get underway quickly for people. So I'm gonna take 3 of these to the shop as well. The rest of the Dorberton's variegated kale is outside now because it's getting a little bit too hot in here, and a couple were showing signs of aphids, and I was like, they're really hardy, they need to go outside, much happier outside. It's kind of a funny thing because we're just getting all of these plants, and I was like, we're running out of space, so let's put things outside, and it's opened up more space because I think next week we'll be potting up around 400 to 500 tomatoes of various different varieties. So anyway, these are 2 lovely specimens, one a little bit more mature than the other. So I'll do 2 different price points, but it's really exciting to start to put out these very productive perennial vegetables to start selling, which is very much leaning into the goal here of this nursery, which is selling plants for resilient edible landscapes, and this is ideal. So here I've got a few interesting things. This one, just for local sales, are doing as Chinese garlic cress. Now, if you are in the UK and want to buy these, you can source them from Incredible Vegetables. This is amazing because the way that it grows quite large, it self-seeds rapidly, you'll never get rid of it, and it creates these beautiful white flowers. So I think I'm going to go for 3 of these as well, which will be nice, something a little different, probably the first ever ones that have ever been sold in our county. Well, actually in both counties, because Monmouth is a different county. Now, I do have very limited stock. Again, this is just dividing what we had, and this here is oxeye daisy, and you can eat the flowers or the petals of oxeye daisy. And this here is feverfew, which is a stunning perennial herb, and it has this amazing kind of aroma, and it has these beautiful yellow flowers, and again self-seeds rapidly, as well as these. So a lot of the things that are selling self-seed really well. So the idea is that even if people bought a plant, they'll then have loads for the next year that they can pot on themselves and enjoy. And you know what, I'm just going to test it because this is starting to come into life, and there's a few roots showing at the base. So this here is a thornless bramble, so I'm going to take one and see how it sells. So this here is, just double checking, this is wild cherry, and just the way of testing, I didn't think they were ready, but all I did was pop it out, and I can't actually see any roots, any root ball yet. It's too early. So I'll just carefully put it back in, and it'll be at least another month before these can start to be sold. And there's a lot of different things growing here, which I'm very excited, especially for the markets. And these are all, well, they were all the B grade Moroccan mints, but a lot of them are coming back into life. And the main ones are actually growing on a little bit bigger to sell as more like impact plants to get that instant impact. But these two Moroccan mints are very cute. So I'll add those in and put in a nice price, maybe like £2.50. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the pricing mentality behind the pricing of these plants. And is there a strategy? And the basic strategy is, what would I happily pay for it? It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be a process of working out pricing, because I don't want to underprice and I don't want to overprice. But I also remember that if you underprice, then you're more likely to sell more, so then you get economies of scale. However, it also lowers the perception of the quality of that product. So the rough idea is, or the rough strategy in my head is, the more unusual something is, the rarer something is, then the higher the price. For example, that more developed Dorberton's variegated kale, that's £9. Whereas if it is just a normal kale, well, it'll probably be like £3 or £4, and you wouldn't even be selling that anyway. But something like Moroccan mint, which of course size does matter, but this will be like £2.50, whereas the Chinese garlic cress, which was arguably as easy to propagate as a Moroccan mint, is a little bit more for the same size at £3.50. So I can't spend too long thinking about everything, because there's millions of things to do and everything does need attention, but all in good time. That's my thing, all in good time. And I think that the prices are nice and fair, and especially for like local markets, local sales, making it fair, because a lot of people don't buy plants online, or they're not available online. And then for the online ones, we'll have to think carefully about that. But it's exciting. It's an exciting part of it, because it's more of the business side, and bringing that element in rather than just a propagation side. So here we have a mix of 12 different plants, 2 crates, and a lovely little starter just to start getting plants out there and hopefully start making some plant sales that we don't actually have to do the selling part. Now, Tumhorai, because it's a community-owned shop, they just take a 20% cut. So whereas selling like retail, where maybe they take 40, 50, sometimes even 60%, I can't do that. But 20%, that works really well. So helping the community, helping them. So I'm going to give these a water, and then tomorrow we're going to go and take them over to the shop, which will be really fun. So, very exciting, we just dropped off our first batch of plants here at Tumhorai. I'm here with Grace. Grace, who are you, and what is Tumhorai?
My name's Grace, and I'm the Managing Director of Tumhorai Cymru, and we are a collective of 50 members, currently 50, of land-inspired or land-based businesses trying to find routes to market within the locality of Machynlleth. But we do have members right up to the Llyn and also down south as well.
Amazing. So is it's a goal here then essentially to create a sales outlet for these members?
Yes, sales and skill sharing. So we do courses, workshops, we have a friend network where we share ideas and information as well, but we also have the retail outlet.
And the other thing is, unlike with retailers, usually retailers want 40, 50, sometimes 60% margins. What kind of margins do you have here for local businesses?
That's right. So we're a not-for-profit. So the whole idea is to get that margin right down as low as we can. So at the moment it's 20%, but the intention is that we're always striving to bring it down absolutely, low as we can.
And what is needed then to bring that margin down? What is it that you're looking for?
Yeah, we're looking for footfall on the high street, footfall into local businesses, and also that people support our member businesses through other ways as well. Most of them trade online as well. They have their own outlets. So anything we can do to get that circular economy moving and money moving between, within the local community.
And what was, just in a nutshell, what was the idea, or how did this become a reality?
I've been very lucky in that people have come to us. So we started off slightly different, completely different model actually, and we had quite just a few of us, and gradually it's gathered momentum, and more people are really looking for somewhere where they can partly engage with real people, not just online all the time, but also somewhere that they can sell their things without having to do all of that marketing and branding stuff, which many small businesses struggle.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much.